I need to make sure that everyone, especially those of you guys just walking in, you will need copies of a registration timeline. Mr. Holler's got some. And stapled to it is an application. This is your dual enrollment application and your registration form. The yellow sheet is going to go with you. The application will go home with you tonight to get signed, and it gets returned to the guidance office. And that is what actually will then register you for college classes. So those of you that are in this room, you are in here because classes that you are going to sometime today or tomorrow or this week are being offered for dual credit. What that means is you have the opportunity to earn your high school credit for being in the class, but then you also have the opportunity to earn college credit through Glen Oaks. There are certain prerequisites that you have to meet in order to take college classes, and those are either courses that you have to meet the requirements for, or test scores that you have to meet in order to be eligible for the college credit. And so, when I get done speaking, Mrs. Logan is going to read a list of names of students who have to test the AccuPlacer test in order to qualify for college credit. Okay, so, to start off, just to explain how the dual enrollment program works. And some of you, how many of you in here are returning dual enrollment students? Okay, great. So most of you kind of have been through this drill before. The classes that you're taking, if they're offered for college credit, it means that though you're sitting in your high school classroom and your high school instructor is teaching the class, you are receiving college grades that become a permanent part of your college transcript. So when you go into these classes, you need to think of yourself as a college student. You are no longer a high school student at that point. Okay, so it becomes a permanent part of your college record. Those grades are transferred to any college or university that you plan to attend. If you're coming to Glen Oaks, then it just begins your college record with us, your college transcript with us. If you're interested in transferring these college credits to a college other than Glen Oaks, it's very important for you to contact the college that you plan on attending and see how dual enrollment classes are going to transfer to that college. A couple of larger colleges in the state have a little bit harder time accepting dual enrollment credits, and that is not a dual enrollment classes from Glen Oaks thing. That is, they have issues with accepting any dual enrollment credits. And sometimes a large college, the College of Science, may accept your math class, but the College of Education may not. And so you need to contact somebody at the college that you plan to go to see how your credits are going to transfer. If you come to Glen Oaks, earn an associate's degree with us, get what's called a transfer agreement stamped on your transcript. That block of classes transfers pretty easily to most colleges and universities in the state of Michigan. Okay, so when you get to that point when you're a senior, if you have questions about transferability, or any time if you have questions about transferability, contact me or contact the college that you plan on attending, and we can help figure out what classes will or will not transfer and which ones are the best for you to take. Okay, on the application that you were passed out as you were coming in the door, on the front side of the application, which is this green and white sheet. The front side is pretty self-explanatory. It's your contact information. I do need to point out a couple of things. One is, be sure when you're filling in your first name and last name that you put your full given birth name. So if your name is Joseph and you go by Joey, you need to put Joseph on the form. Okay?
Also, one suggestion, do not do them in pencil.
Oh yes,
it does not copy good.
Fill these out in blue or black ink as the directions say. Because we make copies, sometimes the schools fax them to me. We have to make copies on our end to give to our business office, and it's hard to run copies if they're done in pencil. So please make sure that you fill them out with a pen. Again, use your full given birth name, your correct address and phone number and email address. Then in the demographic section, this is a voluntary section, but we do use this information to track how many male and female students we have at the college, gender, race, and things like that. So it's not required, but we do encourage you to fill it out just for our reporting purposes. On the back side, if everybody can turn to the back side with me. On the back side at the top, it asks for the name of your high school and your graduating year. Please make sure that that gets filled out. We have about 300 dual enrollment students at Glen Oaks. I need to know which high school you belong to, and I need to know what year you plan on graduating from school. Will any of these classes be used for high school credits to satisfy diploma requirements? And there's a yes or no box. If any of the classes that you're taking for dual enrollment are counting as both high school and college credit, you're going to check the box that says yes. And then you're going to initial out to the side of the class that you plan on taking for both high school and college credit. If you're only taking the class for college credit, and I'm trying to think of which class. Are we doing psych? We're not doing psych this time. We're not doing speech this time. Western Civ. Is Western Civ required for you to graduate from high school? Okay, so if you're in Western Civ, that one is not dual credit, so you don't need to initial out to the side. But if you're in English Comp, or Advanced Comp is the Sturgis High School name for the class, if you're getting high school English credit to graduate for that, as well as college credit, then you mark yes, you are getting both high school and college credit for the class. Any questions up to that point? Okay? Yeah. Okay, listen please. The question was, if I'm taking AP Calc and I have to have math my senior year to graduate, that's going to be one of those dual credit classes that you need mark yes by. Okay? And then, are you currently a homeschooled student? If there's anyone in here who is primarily a homeschooled student, you would mark yes to that box as well. If you are not, and you're here at Sturgis High School all day, just mark no. All of the classes that you plan to take for college credit will be listed in this chart. Now, some of you may be going to several classes today that are being offered for dual credit. And so you need to make sure that every class that you intend to get college credit for is listed on this application. If you're missing, if you just accidentally leave a class off of this list, you will not be registered for college credit. So this is not only your application, but it is your registration form at the college. I'll go through in a little bit more detail the type of information that you have to put in this section, but there is a sample for you that asks for course letters. So your advanced comp class, the college class is called Com 121 or English Composition 1. So you will put Com 121, the correct section number for the class that's offered at Sturgis High School, and then the credit hours for the class, and I will provide you with all of that information. Days and times will just be whatever times and whatever days you're taking that class at your high school since it's being taught here. The term, this is the fall 2013 term. So all of your classes will be listed as fall 13. Location, instead of Glen Oaks, your location is SHS. And then school pays, you want to put yes there because you want the school to pay the tuition fees and provide the textbooks for the class. Okay? This is a wonderful opportunity for you to get free college credit. If you're planning on taking, say, a Western Civ class here, it's a 4-credit-hour class. If you were paying for that class on your own, how much do you think that class would cost you? At Glen Oaks. 300? It's higher.
700.
It's closer to 400 or 500 with the tuition and fees. So your high school is paying for that class for you. For those of you that are taking 3 classes, do the math. Okay, you can save yourself through dual enrollment thousands of dollars toward your college education. Have you talked to some Sturgis High School students who have graduated from high school with like 20 college credits? Yeah, it happens frequently. Okay, that is a tremendous opportunity for you to save money. So make sure that you mark yes here so that the high school is billed and that you are billed for the class. Below, at the bottom of this application are required signatures. We ask for the student's signature so that you're signing off. You are an active college student now, so you're signing your own documents. However, if you are under the age of 18, you must have a parent's signature on this application. If you're 18, at the end of the day today, you make sure all of your classes are in here, you sign it, you can turn it into Mrs. Logan in your guidance office. If you are under 18, take it home, get it signed by a parent or guardian, then bring it back to the guidance office. The school will then sign it, the principal will sign this application, and basically what that says is that Sturgis High School and Glen Community College agree that we can share your information back and forth. Meaning, if we ever have questions about grades or progress or anything like that in classes, we can get that information from the high school, so they can give it to us as well. Okay, so it's kind of like a waiver form giving us permission. What this does not cover, though, is if a parent calls to the college and says, I want to check on my son or daughter's grade that she's getting in her college class through Glen. I can't give that information out to your parents. Okay, because you are the college student and it's privacy for you. So they can call the guidance office. The guidance office can give that information out, but I can't give it to your parents or the college. Does that make sense to everyone? Okay. All right, so that covers the application. Are there any questions on this part? And your teachers have been through this many, many times with us, so they know what the forms look like. They can help you with anything. Or if you have any questions, contact the admissions office at Glen Oaks, and we can help you answer any questions that you might have on this application. Okay, let's go to the yellow sheet of paper. And I need your undivided attention. This is where we go over all of the deadlines, and this is the most important part because failure to meet these deadlines could fail to get you college credit in the classes. So, first date that's on there was yesterday, that your dual enrollment classes began yesterday. Today, I am here to give you the applications, give you information on the program. Monday, September 9th, Sturgis High School is going to bus any students who need to take the AccuPlacer to qualify for the college classes. They're going to bus you to Glen Oaks to take the AccuPlacer placement test. And depending on what classes you're registered for, what classes you're trying to get college credit for, you will either take reading, writing, and or math. Okay? There are qualifying scores for every one of our classes that you will need to meet in order to get college credit. Your guidance office has a list of all of those qualifying scores, so you can check with them. Our testing center should have a pretty good idea of what scores you need as well to get into the class that you need. And again, Mrs. Logan, she's done this with me forever, and so she's a great resource for you if you need to say, hey, I'm taking pre-calc A and B for college algebra credit. What do I need to get on the AccuPlacer math test? Okay, it's a 90. But she'll tell you, you need a 90 or higher to get college credit for that class. If you don't score high enough, unfortunately, you've not met the prerequisite, you will not at this time be able to get that class for college credit. Yeah. Okay, thank you for saying that. If you have already taken the ACT or SAT, you can qualify based upon those scores. And basically, our waiver for ACT and SAT scores, has anyone in here done an SAT? Yeah, okay, so 450 or higher on the verbal will exempt you from the AccuPlacer, and I'll have to check on the math. I think it's 560, but I'm not positive. We don't get a lot of SAT takers, but we can get that information for you. For ACT, it is a 19 in English, 19 in reading, 23 in math. If you have those scores, you will not have to take the AccuPlacer test. And again, you will be contacted by the guidance office. Mrs. Logan has a copy of anyone who needs, or has the names of anyone who needs. Okay, listen please. Thank you. All testing needs to be done by September 10th. Okay, so if for some reason you're not going to make it because you have something going on Monday or you missed the bus on Monday, you only have till Tuesday next week to make sure that you take the test. You need to be aware though that our testing center can only test so many students at a time. So if for some reason you don't believe that you can make it Monday when Sturgis buses are over, you need to call to the Glen Oaks Tutoring and Testing Center to schedule an appointment to test. Okay? The number is on this yellow sheet of paper. Again, it's your responsibility then to test. Test or schedule your test as early as possible, and that goes for with Mrs. Logan or if you call out to the Glen Oaks Tutoring and Testing Center. Okay? Schedule your test early, that way you know that there's a spot for you. And I believe we're maxed out at, is it 45 students to take the bus over to test with us. And so if you need to test, you need to make sure you go in and sign up as soon as possible. Okay, the next date that's listed on the timeline is Wednesday, September 11th. The early college guest dual enrollment application must be turned in to the Sturgis High School Guidance Office. There are absolutely no exceptions to this. Okay? Thank you, it got really quiet when I said that. Okay, there are no exceptions to that. The college has certain deadlines that we have to stick by. And we're giving you a week to get this application turned in to us. So don't wait until the last minute to turn it in. Go home tonight, get it signed, turn it in right away, because you don't know, you could be sick next week. But if that application doesn't get to the guidance office, you will not get college credit. Everybody understand that? So don't wait till the last minute. The other thing that you have to take care of, other than the application, is a dual enrollment orientation. And the orientation is basically going to reiterate a lot of the things that I'm saying right now, but also give you some ideas of college policies and procedures and what you do after you graduate. How do you get a transcript from Glen Oaks? You know, how do you get your classes or your grades and your transcript transferred to another college or university? All of that information is covered. If you have not yet taken the orientation, you must do that by Wednesday, September 11th, 4 p.m. Okay, my office closes at 4, so if I don't receive your online orientation by that time, you will not get college credit because you've not completed the enrollment process by the deadline. Yes? Correct. If you took the orientation last year or 2 years ago, it counts. Those of you who are taking it brand new this year as new dual enrollment students, you have a better orientation. It's much better than the boring slideshow that the rest of you had to scroll through. But we do have a new orientation that has videos, it has web demonstration, because when you become a college student, you have access to a Glen Oaks student portal account. You have a Glen Oaks email account that we communicate with you. You have access to your grades. You can drop and add classes. If you move in the middle of the year, it's your responsibility to go to Glen Oaks or to go online to your student account and drop the classes that you're getting for college credit. If you don't, you're going to get a 0 at the end of that grading period because you didn't finish the work for your college classes. So it's really important that you log into your Glen Oaks accounts. Make sure that you look at your transcripts, you look at the grades that you get in your classes, make sure everything is correct and that it jives. Make sure you take responsibility if you need to change your college schedule around to that. Now it's a little different for you guys because being here in your high school, the guidance office will take care of some of it for you, but just remember, if you happen to move, it's your responsibility to make sure that you drop that class for college credit. Okay? So Wednesday, September 11th, applications are due, the online orientation is due. The other important part about the online orientation, when you get done at the end, it's going to ask you to click a survey. It's called an orientation survey. Answer a few questions, which just proves that you took the orientation. It submits your contact information. When you press the submit button, that goes to the admissions office's email account. And then we will, at that time, mark you in our system as having completed orientation. And when we get your application, you're good to go. We can register you. If you don't complete it by that time and we don't receive it, you will not get registered. The other important part is after you hit that submit button, you get sent the email, but a page will come up on the web that says, thank you for completing the online orientation on this date and time. Make sure that you print that page for your records. And I know you guys have iPads. Take a screenshot of that page. Because Mrs. Logan and I talk very frequently here in the next week, and I will let her know if I get an application for somebody who didn't do the orientation. And she can call you down and say, do you have that copy that proves that you took it by September 11th? And if you can't show her the copy or show her the screenshot and I don't have record of it, you will not get college credit because you've not completed the enrollment process. Okay? Everybody clear on that?
So we took dual enrollment classes.
Yes. If you took dual enrollment classes anytime, if you're a returning student, you don't have to do it again. If you want to, it's great, because the orientation this time has a lot more information on it for you, and especially if you want to learn how to get into your Glen Oaks account and maneuver through our GoZone system, then okay, listen please. I have to get you out of here by lunch, whoever has first lunch. So we need to get all the way through this. So I need you to be quiet. Okay, Tuesday, September 17th. This is the last day that you may drop the class and be taken off the class roster. What that means is, if you're sitting in your college algebra class, which is pre-calc A and B, and you say, you know what, I don't think I'm going to do very good in this class this year. Maybe I don't want to take it for college credit. You can drop the class for college credit. And you can do that by either going to your guidance office, filling out a change of schedule form, which means you're going to put down that you're dropping the NSM 151 college algebra class from Glen. Even though you drop the class for college credit, you will still be in it for high school credit. So I want to make sure that you're aware of that. So you do have that option if you decide, I don't want college credit, I don't know that I'm going to do very well, and I don't want to start my college transcript with a bad grade. You have the option of dropping the class. So September 17th is the last day that you can drop without anything showing up on your transcript, meaning there won't be a grade, if the class will not even show up, nothing shows up. After that date, up through Wednesday, October 30th, you can withdraw from the class. You don't need anyone's permission, but just your own, saying, you know what, I'm not doing very well in this class, I don't want college credit for it. You can drop the class. Again, you remain in the class for high school credit, you're just dropping the college credit for that class. A W appears on your transcript at that point to show that you have withdrawn from the class. Thursday, January 9th, this is the last day that you may withdraw from the class, but you must have your teacher's permission to withdraw. That means they have to talk to you and you guys have to jointly decide, you know what, you're not going to do well in this class, you would be better off dropping it for college credit. And then they will sign off for you and allow you to drop the class. Again, a W shows up on your transcript. Now, if you go through the entire class and all of a sudden you get a bad grade in the class, you're going to earn that grade if you didn't drop it. So you don't want to start your college transcript with a 1.0, which is a D, or worse, a 0.0, which means you failed the class. Anyone want to guess what grade you must have for the class to transfer anywhere?
C.
2.0, which is a C. So if you do not have at least a 2.0 in your college class, it will not transfer anywhere, but it still shows up on your transcript and still is a part of your cumulative GPA. So I can't stress enough, when you sit in these classes, you need to treat them as a college class. Okay? Take them seriously, do your best work. Okay, once we're done, or once I get your application, we register you for classes, we know that you've met the prereqs, you've taken the orientation, everything's all set. I will mail you a class schedule that lists all of the classes that you're taking. I will also send you instructions on how to log into your GoZone account. The GoZone is that place where you can view your grades, add or drop classes, view your class schedule online, everything. That's a great way for you to check to make sure, did I have everything on my application that I think I'm getting college credit for? Log into your GoZone account, check your class schedule, and make sure that everything jives. When you get that copy of the class schedule in the mail, make sure that you check it, and if you notice any discrepancies, meaning you think you're supposed to be getting credit for Western Civ, but it's not showing up on your class schedule, if it's not on your class schedule, you are not registered for it. So go immediately to the guidance office and make sure that there aren't any mistakes anywhere, that somehow a human error didn't happen. Okay? The last thing is, every semester, you guys, this is your first year doing semesters now, so next semester, during the first week of classes, I will be back here again, and we'll probably do this very same thing again. You will fill out an application for every semester for which you're enrolled in college credit. Okay? Do we have any questions? Okay, for those of you who have pens or pencils, if you want to write my number down on this sheet of paper, I'll give it to you. If you ever have any questions, whether it's dual enrollment or college questions in general, give me a call. My name is Tanya, T-O-N-Y-A. If I can ask everyone to be quiet so the people who are writing this down can hear it. My direct line is 269-294-4249. And that goes directly to my office. Give me a call. Again, any dual enrollment questions, or if you just have college questions in general. I'm at